Imagine if you are one of the leaders of Malaysia where you have to make the right decision for 30.5 millions of people without knowing what they think, what they feel and what they want. In the past, if you are living in a village of 300 people, you can easily go to the village head to tell them what they're thinking. But living in a modern metropolis that have millions of people, who do you go to? There's simply no good channels between the leader and the people for the people to tell the leader what's thinking and vice versa. A good channels must fulfill three criteria. First, it must let majority of the people to communicate through it. Second, the message coming through it must be trustworthy. And third, it must be covering all aspects of life instead of just one or two things. Ballot voting is good, but it doesn't make you. It only allows us to make one decision, which is to choose our leader. Or you have the traditional way to write to your leaders, whether it's writing to an MP or writing to a government. But very little people are doing it, and it might not be effective. Similarly, less and less people are voicing their concern through organizations such as association and NGOs. Survey doesn't really quantify as a communication method. And we have petition, there's online petition that's popular recently, but it's not that really trustworthy when you can have 10,000 of participation by just pumping in 10,000 of emails. So the truth is, the heart of democracy, to have representation in the leadership, is actually failing now. The Wakil Rakyat is actually kind of disconnected with our rakyat. Fortunately, this communication is about info, and we think we can improve this by using information technology. Introducing Angkat Tangan, a friendly online platform where we design for Survote, meaning we are combining survey plus voting. To make a good channel, first we must make this trustworthy. That's why we plan to make the user ID of this platform all about voter identity. What we mean is that when you sign up, you give us your IC number and your email, and using your IC number, we will crawl your voting locality information such as which state, which daerah, which locality you're voting, and then we will send you a random user ID. The point is that we want to base your user ID on your voter identity. We think that by this we will put weight into your voting. It will make you serious and responsible on any voting or the comment that you make, and it will also make the leader respect the result because now it's related to your voting identity. The third, we think this is a good way for you to fulfill your citizen responsibility. The other side of the coin is that by incorporating your voter identity, we also need to protect your privacy. How we do it is that we will never show your ID in anywhere of the website. Second, we will never store any critical info such as IC number that might lead the trade back to you. We think that this is the ultimate solution for this problem. The second things that we need to do for a good channel is that we need to cover a lot of aspects. That's why we are making Angkat Tangan an open Survote with moderation. What we mean is that any users can suggest questions and answers and follow-up questions, and we will approve the proper one and broadcast it to people and invite the users to participate in this Survote. And we will provide, as people vote, we will provide a real-time summary, statistic info about it. This is a mock-up of the Survote. For example, what should the EPF withdrawal age be? This is the question, and we have definitive answer here, 50, 60, others, doesn't matter, leave it to the government. Then we have 2 or 3 follow-up questions such as what is the most important thing when it comes to this, and so on. In the end, we will have one free text field for you to write your comment. What we're trying to do here is that we are trying to balance between complicated survey with a simple question of yes or no, and we are also trying to balance between open-ended interview and closed-ended Q&A. This is another mock-up of the result where you can see for each of the choices how many voters are voting this, and there's a breakdown by locality. When you click inside, you can see the comment, the text few comments just now, and also some statistic info about it. The last thing we need to do for a good channel is that we need to make it popular. We need to reach out to majority of the people. We think we can do it by using mobile apps and mobile site. Almost everyone in Malaysia has a phone, actually more than one phone, and 6 out of 10 of them will be using smartphone this year. The most successful survey center in Malaysia, the Merdeka Center, has actually decided to use phone as their primary use for survey. We think this is the best medium because it's easy to access for people, it's sticky to them, it's friendly, it's quick to use, and it also make for better authentication overall. To make Angkat Tangan popular, we also plan to make it a widget that can be easily embedded in your websites. Similarly to Google Form and Facebook widgets, we want to make an Angkat Tangan ecosystem where popular medias and websites can embed these tools inside and discuss issues by using these tools. By just copying a simple block of code, you can embed the survey for people to answer, or you can embed the result of the survey for people to discuss properly on this topic. To make it popular, we also plan to make Angkat Tangan very sociable. Where you have the features of voting the vote, where you can vote up the text comment just now. You can vote up any text comment that you think is wise, that is right, that is representing your group. The other features we have is the popular trend currently, where you change the photo profile of your social media to reflect, to support the causes that you are supporting now. So for each of the choices that you want to choose, you can apply the badges to it, and you can also suggest. These are some of the features of it. And this is how we can make Angkat Tangan a good channels for people to communicate their point of view to the leaders. But how we plan to implement it is that we will focus on this early adopters. These 4 groups are early adopters. The first one being Klang Valley people. The reason is obvious because 1/5 of the population is here, and it's the most urban, most online users, and is focused on a relatively small area of people. The second group will be the NGOs, where they are very passionate about voicing their concern to the leaders, and many of them are already using some sort of online petition. Then we will also push it to the forum user, where they are very passionate about voicing their experience, they are voicing their opinion. In the end, we will also go to the different kind of politic groups, where the branches might want to do survey of the people, or they simply want to gather the strength of their members behind the causes. So how do we plan to make Angkat Tangan sustainable? We are not going to do any type of advertising because it will impact the image of a neutral channel. But instead we're gonna offer businesses to make vote to a specific area of users. For example, some businesses may want to know what the Kepong voters thinks about certain issues. We also will rely on the donation from users when we make this platform useful, such as what Wikipedia is doing. Myself is Chun. I'm the right brain of Angkat Tangan, which I'm in charge of the designs and all. And my partner Chang, he's the left brain of Angkat Tangan, which is responsible for all the technical stuff. Together, we have about 3 years experience in website and web apps and freelancing. We also have the relevant experience for the relevant subjects to Angkat Tangan, such as statistics, survey, NGOs, and politics and all. We are currently launching a site with a similar characteristic, a Q&A site for Malaysia GST, www.6gst.com. You guys can have a look. We think that Angkat Tangan is a very good idea, and we are the right team to implement it. If we make it right, not only will we change Malaysia, but we will change the whole world, like how Twitter has changed the world.